Hi folks, Canadian Prepper here. So ever since I watched that video, which I kind of regret watching, but I also wanted to watch it as a learning experience, of the recent kamikaze attack on the mosque, I've been thinking about how many of those people are out there that are just lying in wait. How many sleepers are out there, be they political, religious, extremists, or just disgruntled, passive-aggressive people who have been picked on and are seeking revenge and are getting ready to take that revenge if the proverbial shit hits the fan. That criminal element is latent, it's there, it's going to manifest, and it's going to come at you in an unrelenting, unsympathetic, unremorseful way. And you need to respond in turn with stone-cold violence. I should say right from the get-go, you may be held accountable for your actions afterwards. I was reading this book recently, I can't remember what it was called. It was about a cyber grid down in New York City in the wintertime, and you know, everybody was starving and resorting to cannibalism. In that book, people were taking pictures. They felt that, you know, maybe the grid will come back up. So if there was some post-collapse tribunal of sorts, you may be held accountable for your actions. And I've made videos about that before. People think that they're just gonna go and indiscriminately put anybody down who violates their space. If the grid comes back up again, which in most cases it's going to, you may be held accountable for your actions. I just wanted to get that disclaimer out there. I don't condone anybody do anything against the law. I have to be very careful with what I say on this channel because people are very impressionable. So what I'm saying is that there's some evil people out there who are just waiting for a crack in the facade. These people are very opportunistic. They're psychopaths. They're sociopaths. Lots of them perhaps don't have enough of the tenacity and conviction in their cause to pull something off while the grid is up because they fear the consequences. Unlike some of the kamikaze types who just don't care, who are wanting to make a name for themselves, or who just are going to, you know, take their own life after they've taken the lives of many other people. You need to be ready to deal with these people. There's a lot of good, spirited people who I don't think realize the gravity of an SHTF situation. The point of these videos isn't to scare you into a state of paralysis. The point of these videos is to scare you into a state of action and to prime you for what may be coming down the road. Because I do believe that in this society, more than others, there's a lot of passive aggressivity. You know, they say 1% to 2% of the population is a psychopath. And the thing is, though, most of them are not mass murderers. Most of them commit white-collar crime, or they do things which are, you know, you can't charge them with. They just are indifferent to human suffering, but it doesn't manifest in any sort of physical transgression on anybody else. And people like that will feel no remorse if they have to violate you in some way, shape, or form. And the only thing that's holding them back from doing that is the law in many cases. They are people who function at the outer limits of what's legally acceptable. And, you know, they're the ones in positions of power in many cases in our society. Another thing I was thinking about when I was watching that video was how desensitized we are to violence. The graphics nowadays are so realistic. It looked worse. Like, I mean, the graphics were worse than a video game because it was all pixelated, it was live streamed. It was almost like, you know, I've seen this before, even though like that would have been horrifying to watch had we not been exposed to so many first-person shooter games. But I think because I've been exposed to it, it was a lot easier to digest. And that was a scary thought. And that's why it made me feel very uneasy to watch it. And I felt messed up for at least definitely a few hours after I watched it. but I think I would have been messed up a lot longer had we not been exposed. It's only now in the modern day that we've been exposed to seeing so much death. I mean, I can't remember what the statistic was, but a kid sees like thousands of people killed, you know, before they reach the age of 12 or something like that on TV or in cartoons or whatever. And that, coupled with the latent passive aggressiveness of our society, all the sleepers out there who are just waiting for an opportunity to exact revenge on people who, for whatever reason, they were not able to confront in a way that they felt sufficient in the here and now. There's a lot of people like that who are out there just waiting to pop. And of course, there are the outright genetic psychopaths, people who are just wired for that sort of thing. You need to be able to be as cold and calculated as them. You need to conjure up all of the evil that's within you and respond in turn. And I say that because we all have evil within us. We all have a dark side within us. Carl Jung called it the shadow, and it was all those things which we rejected about our own personality. We tuck down really deep inside us. Its shadow is very big in the Western world. See, in other cultures and even, you know, some inner city subcultures within North America, people usually let that energy pass through them. That's why you don't see a lot of mass shooters in the ghettos, because they get it out of their system as it comes in. So tribal people, you know, they express their sexual energy as it comes in. They get a sexual thought, they express it. You know, nakedness to them doesn't arouse any erotic thoughts like it does in the Western world, because they're always naked. It's a natural state of being. It's only through the deprivation that it arouses that same eroticism within us. Why cleavage is even a thing. Our sexuality has been so taken to such extremes to make up for the fact that we're repressed for the better part of the day. And of course that manifests in all the gonzo S&M pornography nowadays, because that's the only way people can sublimate that stuff in a way which appeases them. In the same way is our aggressiveness and our bloodlust and our anger and just the rage. You know, that's why you have these sporadic bouts of rage. If you ever watch you know, those videos on YouTube of people like public freakouts, people are so chronically stressed out from all of the phony expectations society puts on them that it just manifests as like this explosion. You know, their reaction is totally disproportional to the event. And that's the same thing as these active shooter scenarios. So you're gonna have to be ruthless, man. And you're gonna have to get into the mindset of these people. Like they say, the only way to cut a diamond is with another diamond. And while it may differ in that you are evoking your own evil for self-defense, chemically speaking, it's the same state. It's the same mental state. It's just ethically yours is justified. Some people, I worry, cannot do that. I do think that good is going to prevail out of any situation like that, but bad is going to have a good run for a fair amount of time, as it did throughout the ages. That's just one more reason why I think that SHTF is going to be hell. And if you want to survive it, you have to be a little devilish. Let me know what you think in the comment section. Thanks for watching Canadian Prepper. The best way to support this YouTube channel is to support yourself by gearing up through CanadianPreparedness.com or BugoutRoll.ca. Premium quality gear at the best possible price using the incredibly secure and easy to use Shopify platform. We offer free shipping to the United States for orders over $200 USD and free shipping to Canada over $75. So support the channel by supporting yourself.